everybody, welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. On today's video, we're going to be installing this ECS Tuning BMW specific boost gauge. Now in this kit, which we will have linked in the description below, has basically everything you'll need to install this boost gauge on any BMW that comes with boost already. Now my BMW did not come as a boosted car. It came naturally aspirated, but we have added a supercharger. We'll have the link to those videos installing that supercharger made by Active Auto Work up here. And what we'll be doing today is pulling out the cheap eBay boost gauge that I bought a while back that's been reading off the entire time I've owned it. Now you really get what you pay for. My cheap eBay one is a knockoff of another brand, and when you're spending 25, 30 bucks on a boost gauge, if it's not just a boost gauge where it's just a gauge, like something you can find at like Harbor Freight, then you're gonna probably have issues. If a boost gauge is supposed to cost $300, $350 and you spend 20 bucks, there's gonna be a reason for that. But where this one here came up on ECS Tuning, I was looking at them a little bit more closely, and it's really cool to have a digital one, but this one here still lights up, and it's the same font and the same color as the instrument cluster in an OEM BMW, so I think that's really cool. There's a lot of parts that it comes with. Again, this should basically be something you could use for any year of boosted BMW. Where I've already got a bunch of lines ran for this cheaper boost gauge I've got, I would assume that the electrical is gonna be different, so we're probably gonna have to run new wiring there, this wire here. I'd like to put this filter in there. So there'll be a few things from this kit that we'll be using, but since it's already ran, this video won't be a full install. And we're gonna be removing my ATI system that holds two gauge pods up on the top above my steering wheel. I am gonna be putting other things in the car. I'm not super excited about running like an EGT and stuff like that, but I probably should have been doing that a long time ago. So we're gonna be running that at some point later on. But today we're just gonna be pulling off the one side. I'll be taking my steering wheel off, the hub and everything like that to make sure that we can get that ATI off, and then I will have that linked in the description below. I bought that a couple years back, so I hope that I can still find the link for it. But let's get all of this stuff that I know I'm gonna be using put aside, and then we are gonna be disassembling part of the interior, and then we are gonna be installing this new one. All right, so these are the things we'll be working with primarily on my car, is the boost gauge itself. And then you have this system right here. This one takes the boost pressure and then relays that information back to the boost gauge. And then this wire here is gonna be power ground. And I believe some of these are like the dimmer switch. So when you turn on your headlights, it changes it, the brightness. I'm gonna have to figure out what all these are. Once we do, we'll talk about it. But I wanna run all these at the same time. If there is a dimmer one on here, so that when you turn on your headlights, it brings the brightness down, I'm not gonna be using that because whenever I turn this on, I need it just kind of on all the time. Well, fortunately enough for us, I have my vacuum lines ran all the way into here, and I can see the filter that we used and the original harness that goes into this boost gauge that we had. Now, like I said just a second ago, it's running the exact same colored wires, the same 4 wires. So I'm gonna take the harness that ECS Tuning sent me, and I'm going to be trimming this down to probably about that long, because I do want a little bit more wire. For some reason I didn't give myself very much originally. And then I can see the boost line just back inside there. So really all you're doing is running your boost line into the car. Once it gets into the car, you can put this in there. This is not a super long wire, so it might reach out to the firewall, but it's only like 6 feet, so it's going to be a pretty short wire. So you're going to want to try to get your boost line inside, which is nice because ECS Tuning sends you so much vacuum line that you can run around the car and get it to where you need it to be. And then from there, you'll be plugging this in and then running it up to the boost gauge. So from here, all I have to do is run this wire up into my steering wheel column and then plugging it in. And then, like I said, the other side, I'm just gonna be trimming it and then tapping into the same wires. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching. There is my boost gauge install. Again, apologize for it not being a full install, but if you're doing this to your car, all you have to do is refer to the ECS Tuning install guide. They have a step-by-step detail. I will actually have that linked in the description below alongside everything that we used today. This is what I ended up having left over from the kit. Obviously, if you're doing a newer BMW, you'll probably use a lot more than I did. So if you have any comments or questions, leave them down in the comment section below. Subscribe if you are new. Follow us on Instagram, Tenza_Motorsports, where we are going to be doing some giveaways this summer. All you have to do to be part of those giveaways is follow us. We'll be choosing one of our followers to win any of the giveaways. Thanks again so much for watching. This has been an awesome install, awesome product. It's reading exactly what I was hoping it would be, which is around 12.5 PSI. It's a little bit more than that. It'll peak a little bit higher than that on occasion, but this is exactly what I was looking for this car. Check out our Patreon, link in the description below as well. Stay tuned for more content on this E46 race car. Until next time, everybody, we'll see you in the next video.